Have you ever wondered exactly how to prepare healthy food that actually tastes good? Well, stay tuned while Avita Tizano and yours truly, Nice Collins, show you just how to do it and give you something better, a taste of paradise.
Welcome to A Taste of Paradise. My name is Avita Tizano, and today I have a treat for you guys. I am making lemon pie. Oh my, lemon pie. Can you believe it? And you said, a lemon pie? Is it raw? Of course it's raw. And we're going to begin with the crust. 1 cup cashews soaked, 1 cup almonds soaked, 1 cup shredded coconut, 2 tablespoons of maple syrup, 1 teaspoon of lemon zest, and a pinch of salt. Okay, remember to always soak your nuts because they have enzyme inhibitors on them. I must remember that. And then we put the cashews and the almonds, the lemon juice, the lemon zest, not the juice, maple syrup, the coconut, and some salt. And then we're going to process it. And this is a fabulous no-bake crust that you can use basically with any recipe. And you could just take out the lemon zest and you could use it with different other pie recipes. So we have our pie pan, and we're taking a little coconut oil and we're greasing the pie pan so we won't stick. And my hands are clean, so we're going to use some of the pie crust and we're just going to press it in. Very, very simple. And what I like to do after it's all pressed in, I like to stick it in the freezer for a bit so it firms up, but it's according to your preference. I just like to do that. You continue to press it. And you know, I have friends that they say they don't make the pie like I do. So they come and visit me when they know I'm making this pie. And I served this one time at one of my apartments gathering, and everybody was asking me for the recipe. It is so delicious, and it's sweet, and it's just a great recipe. So after you have placed all the crust into the pie pan, now we're going to make the filling. And the recipe for the filling is 2 cups of young coconut meat, 3/4 cup of coconut oil, 2 teaspoons of lemon zest, 1/2 teaspoon of turmeric, 3/4 cup of maple syrup, 1/4 cup of lemon juice, a pinch of sea salt, and 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. Okay, so now we're going to do the filling. And we're using the Vitamix. And the filling consists of a young coconut. Remember, this is a young coconut before it matures and turns brown. And this is loaded with antioxidants, and it's also loaded with great energy. So this is the coconut cut, diced into small pieces. We have the coconut oil, the maple syrup, and you can use maple syrup, or you can use honey, or you can use agave. Any liquid sweetener will do. You have your vanilla and lemon zest. What lemon zest is, it is the rind of the lemon, and you grate it, you zest it or grate it down right before you get to the white or the lemon, the actual fruit of the lemon. Because if you put the little white part in of the zest, it's a little bitter. So you just want to get the skin of the lemon, just the outer part of the lemon. And that's what lemon zest is. Fresh lemon juice. Now, I really don't like using the concentrate out of the bottle. You want to use fresh, because fresh is fabulous. And the turmeric, which makes it the yellow color. And then we're going to blend. Now, after all the ingredients have been blended, you want to pour this into your pie crust. And then you want to spread it around. Then you want to sit this into a freezer for about maybe 6 hours. So you want it to harden up. And I have a finished product. Can't wait for you guys to see this. Let me clear out all my dishes. And here, look at it. Now this one, I forgot to put the turmeric in, but it still is delicious. And here you have it. The lemon pie that everybody dreams of. It is a raw lemon pie. This is Avita Tiziano with a taste of paradise. And remember to live life fresh.
Wow, Avita, man, she is hooking us up today. That thing was scrumptious. That pie, oh my goodness. I had one, I wanted more, but it was all done. And I want to encourage y'all better go ahead and make that. I already had my dessert first, but now I need a main course. And so today we're going to do something very, very special. It's called the Tasty Chicken Stir Fry. People are like, this brother always making up names. And now, let me repeat. Tasty what? Chicken. This is not chicken. It's not tofu, but it's the combination. It tastes so good, it just be chicken. And that's what we're going to do today. But we're going to stir fry it up a little bit. We're going to go over to Asia, get that going. We were hanging out in the Caribbean. There's also tropical places, a taste of paradise in Asia. But one of the things that I love the most is those stir fries, So you get that fresh. We're trying to live life fresh. Remember what Avita said? We're trying to live life fresh, but then, sometimes a little something warm for the belly is always good. So we're going to bring those two together, and we're going to have this nice, tasty chicken stir fry. Very tasty, sumptuous. As a matter of fact, you can knock it out in no time. It is so good. And it's a really simple recipe that we all can do. A lot of people, we all like Chinese food or Asian food, and we're always taking it out or taking it to go. We always hitting up the buffets, if y'all know what I'm talking about, and sometimes eating a little more than we need. But today we're going to show you how to bring that stuff back at home. Our whole goal and focus is that our home becomes the restaurant, and we can make things with a healthy taste and a healthy kick to it. We can have paradise at home. but also it'll be good for us and filling. So today we're going to do a little bit of both here, and we're going to understand one of the key items. You know, when you get that stir fry going, it's all about that rice, right? And so we're going to break down the anatomy of it and show us why there are different types of rice, but which one is the best one. But I'm not going to even wait any longer because I need to get my chicken going here. And it's a simple recipe to get this tasty chicken stir fry. Get your pens, get your paper. It's a lot. So write as much as you can. And the recipe is really, really simple. And here it is for you. All you need is 1 pound of extra firm tofu, well drained, or a box, you know, whichever one you have there. 2 tablespoons of Kickin chicken style seasoning. So when you take that Kickin chicken style seasoning and put it with the tofu, it becomes chicken. Then you need 2 tablespoons of olive oil, 2 tablespoons of Bragg liquid aminos, which is optional. You can add a little extra salt there if you want. 1 medium onion sliced, 2 cups of cooked brown rice. I think that rhymes a little bit there. 2 garlic cloves minced, 1/2 cup of red cabbage, thin sliced. You know, we're going to Asia on this. And then 1/2 cup of shredded carrots and 1/2 cup of broccoli. We all know broccoli. This is basically the head of the broccoli, as you see there. I was over here trying to get my pot ready already. And so just go ahead, get those items together, and we're going to start because first we need to get that tofu going. Okay, so we have our nice little skillet here. We're going to put on the fire, get this rolling, because in order to do this, as you know, stir fry with you have to mix it up a lot. And if your tofu is not in a good form and it hasn't been cooked properly, it's just going to blend up or break up into all of the items. So what we're going to do, we're going to take tofu, as you see here. This is just a block of tofu, and we're going to put it, I'm just going to put it in here real quick, and then you can take a quick look at it. So we're going to take that, we're going to break that up into pieces there. And this is cubed, okay? So you can do it any way you want. You can do it long way, short way, you name it, and it's all good. So this is nicely cubed for you, okay? They do sell them cubed, but I'm like, it's not even worth it because they're giving you less than the cubed ones, and I can cut it myself. So just buy the whole block. You know the nice little packages that they have. You get that fire going. You go ahead now. You put just a little bit of that oil over the top here. If you don't want to use oil, no problem. Don't use it. Just make sure you have a non-stick. But then people say, oh, non-stick is so good. I just can't keep up with it. So a little olive oil is not going to hurt anybody. So we get that going. Then key ingredient is that Kickin chicken style seasoning. If you use anything else, you will not have chicken. You just have tofu chicken. Now this makes it into chicken for you. All right, so you just sprinkle that over nicely. I always make a good batch of this Kickin chicken style seasoning because if I'm running late or something, I could always put it in. So I even travel with a little container of this seasoning because I need some good tasty food. I don't know about you. So you get that going there. And then you want it, if you notice, it's going to start to bread up a little bit. All right? So I want this to get going nicely because once it gets a little hard, then we can work on the next part of our recipe. All right? So just a little thing about this tofu. I heard somebody say some bad rap about the tofu. They said tofu causing this problem and that problem and all of these things. And they said maybe causing cancer. And I'm like, where does this information come from? You know, if the tofu was so bad, then everybody in Asia should not be alive right now. Because when you think of tofu, who eats the most tofu? The people in Asia. Is cancer very high in Asia? No, it's actually very low. They did a special study called the China study, and they studied individuals who live like this, and they found out that cancer was very low. So if the theory of tofu causing cancer was so true, and there may be some studies and they can show, then everybody in Asia should have cancer. So it's actually pretty good for you. It has what is known as phytoestrogens, which does the complete opposite of estrogen. When we think of estrogen, estrogen causes things to expand and grow. You know, they put it in animal feed so you get bigger faster or more blessed. But actually, phytoestrogen does the opposite. If that was the case, then we shouldn't even be eating broccoli or apples and other foods that contain phytoestrogen. So it's pretty good. But here is the one thing that I can agree with other individuals on. Too much of anything is going to cause a problem. Sometimes we wake up in the morning and we drink soy milk. And then we have soy milk and then we have soy cereal. Then we have scrambled tofu, which is made from soy. Okay, so that's just too much. Then we go to work and we're snacking on some roasted soy nuts. Then when we get to work at lunchtime, we have a soy smoothie. Then we have what kind of veggie burger? A veggie burger made from soy with what kind of cheese? Soy cheese. What kind of mayonnaise? Soy mayonnaise. Then you get home, you eat rice with some tofu chicken or tasty chicken. The body is like too much tofu. So the only thing we want to keep an eye on is not to overdo it. Is that fair, reasonable? Can we all agree on something here today? Oops, and there you go. Then you see me here making a mess, but no problem. I have some oil here to just back it up. All right? So you get that oil going. Then let me just go ahead and clean up. We're in the kitchen today. All right? Not too much. We don't want to end up frying the stuff, but you just want to get it nice and kind of thick, a little, crust around the ends and stuff. So that will get going. Then we're going to go ahead shortly, and once this is ready, we're going to mix this in with the other ingredients. But I'm going to talk about brown rice right now. Brown rice is crucial. We have our 2 cups of brown rice right here. This thing is phenomenal for you. I encourage everybody, make sure you use brown rice. Now, of course, the big difference of brown rice and white rice is that the white rice has been de-germed and the fiber has been taken off of it. And if you take a quick look or just view with me here, there are 3 parts to every whole grain. One part is the bran or the fiber that's on the outside, as you can, imagine or you can see there. And then there's another part which is called the endosperm. That's your white rice. And then there's one more part at the bottom of it, which is the germ. I'll show you how they make 3 sources of income off of one whole grain of rice or wheat. You take off the germ and you put that in a bottle, and they call it what? Wheat germ. High in vitamin A, high in E. Add that back to your healthy high fiber cereal, which is bran flakes. Well, you just pulled off the bran, and now you put it in cereal, and you say, hey, eat your high fiber cereal. Then you say, fortify your cereal with a bottle of wheat germ or add wheat germ to it. So that's already 2 sources of income. And then the last part is what? The white rice. So if you take a quick look at me, I'll show you three types of rice that is out there in general. You have the brown rice right here. This is a whole grain rice. You see it? It's really nice and thick there. It has the 3 parts. If you look at it really close, you see the 3 parts to it. And then at the end of it, you see a little white part, which is the germ, okay? Then what they do is they rip off the fiber, they rip off the germ, and then you end up with what? This right here. Take a look. This is white rice, okay? So this doesn't have the fiber. This doesn't have the germ. That's white rice, okay? Then what they do is they make another rice for you. What they treat it a little bit. This is called, it looks brown, but it ain't brown rice. And this is right here, parboiled rice. You see that? That's been treated for you. Meaning people say, hey, I've been eating this rice. I thought it was brown rice. It looked brown. It's brown. It looked brown, but it's not, as you see here, the actual whole grain brown rice. Are you all following with me here? What am I saying, though? Are we saying that the white rice is bad and stuff? No. There are many people who eat this every day, and they live forever, almost, right? What we are saying is a better option to go with the brown rice. You see, because we do look at go to Asia. They do eat a lot of white rice, but at the same time, they're eating a lot of veggies. Remember Vita said, live life first. They're eating that with it to keep things going. So you don't get, what they say, stuck, or constipated. So brown rice will do that for you without adding any extra. So that is the difference. That's the anatomy of a whole grain. Can you all take a look at this tasty chicken real quick? Look at that. She's ready. You see how it's nice there? Nice, and it's getting really good. And then I'll just put that a little bit low here for you so we can follow along. And then the next step, what we're going to do is we're going to get the others. Now it's time for that tasty chicken stir fry, because the tasty chicken is looking really good. We're going to get that stir fry going. So I'm going to take the next one here. I'm going to move this over because I need that tasty chicken to take a little longer. And then I'm going to get the main course going here. And what we're going to do, as you already saw there, we're going to start with some garlic, okay? We're going to start with garlic. I have the chopped garlic there. Matter of fact, I also have the minced one. Hey, it's not going to hurt with a little extra garlic, right? So I'm going to put both, even though I know the recipe called for one. You can just put garlic. You can't go wrong with it, especially when it's cooked. When it's raw, it's a different story. So you want to be cautious just a little
A little bit of the olive oil there to get that going. Extra virgin, cold pressed olive oil. They say is the king of all oils. So we get that going. If you notice, it's not too much. And my fire is over here. Sorry, I'm just moving stuff all around the place. Then I got my onions. I have my onions there ready to roll. Let me just go ahead, get this going. Oh man, it's starting to smell good in here. If you want to get somebody's appetite going, you know they say the first step is the smell. If the food smells good, people will eat it. All right? So you'll never have, this is what they're doing in the restaurant for you. You can do this yourself at home and truly enjoy that. So I got that going there. Then also I'm going to go ahead and put in some broccoli. All right? Because that takes just a little while. The broccoli and the cabbage here. There's different ways that you can do it. You decide which one is best. I'm going to put all of those in there. And then because my rice is cooked, that won't take too long. All right? So I'm going to get that going. Then I'm going to go with my Bragg's liquid aminos. Hello, somebody's talking to me. If you're not, the food is. All right? Get that going. Oh, it's starting to smell really nice in here. How's my... All right, look at that. That tasty chicken. She's ready. See how it's jumping around? It's ready to jump in the next pot here. That's a sign that it's nice and tender. I'm going to grab one. You see that? It holds. If you take a quick look, right here, it's nice. Has that nice little crust there. All right, so this is almost ready. This is ready to go. I'm going to hold on to this one. This one I'm going to eat right away, as you see there. But this is pretty much going. That's rolling there as well. So now I'm going to put in the rice. Okay. Make sure we're in a recession. You can't waste anything these days. Make sure you get every grain of rice. Look at that. So I'm going to get that going. So this is our whole grain. Whole grain. I got broccoli falling all over the place. That's going in the garbage. All right. And now, so you're going to go ahead. You're going to do that till it's nice and the broccoli is there. Let me tell you something about that broccoli. That broccoli is amazing for you. Or amazing because they say it's excellent. So they spell it with an E. Why is it amazing? Because it's one of the best anti-carcinogenic fighters out there. It's in the same family, of course, as you know, as the cauliflower. Also, like, you know, related over there to the cabbage, as we see here. These items are very good. The only thing is, some people eat it raw. Most times I say, hey, just go ahead and steam it a little bit. Because, like, let's say with cabbage, okay? Cabbage has an item in it. It's called goiatrin, all right? So when you eat it raw, it has an anti-thyroidal effect, meaning that it doesn't allow the thyroid to function at its optimal capability. Now, many people say, oh, is that bad or good? Well, if a person has hyperthyroid, which means what? The thyroid is overacting, they're sweating, their heart is racing all the time, then they'll use some what? Raw cabbage. It's a nice little natural remedy. But please, before you do anything, don't run home and tell everybody who's hyperthyroid, eat raw cabbage, it's good for you. And the doctor already has them on a plan. Let your doctor know everything that you're doing. But watch this. If a person has hypothyroid, that means underacting. They find out that they're adding on more blessings. They're feeling really sluggish all the time. Then I would recommend that they don't use as much raw items or in the form of cabbage if they have hypothyroid issues, because then it will slow that down even more. Are we saying it's bad? No, it's actually good, but just in those specific situations, we'll find some caution there. Okay, so here we go. That's rolling. It's looking good, looking excellent. So we have the broccoli. Let's say you don't have broccoli in the house. You only have cauliflower or something. That's what we're going to use. Just use cauliflower. Use whatever veggie you have. If you want to put bean shoots or you know how we do it, and you know the Chinese. So I remember, man, back in the days, man, we used to order some of that fried rice, and it wasn't chicken fried rice. You know what I'm talking about? It was straight up chicken fried rice. But now we're learning to do better, of course, and choose better options, as you see here. And so it doesn't mean that we have to avoid these foods anymore. What it means is let's go ahead and give people something better. Why don't you choose a better option? And you could do it yourself at home. Everybody would truly enjoy it, and it's actually helpful for you. So now, my fried rice is coming along nicely. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take that chicken, and I'm just going to go ahead and pour that in there. All right. Oh, man, it looks like I got more chicken in here than rice. But, hey, no worries. It's actually good for you. So that right there is just going to go ahead and cook together nicely. We're going to get the flavors rolling. And because now that the chicken has been cooked well, it's not going to break up or mash up like it would normally if you just put it in there in its like fresh state or like whole state there. So here we go. Oh man, this is smelling good. Matter of fact, I think I'm eating too much here. All this cooking here, I'm going to add on some extra blessings. So y'all need to hurry up and make this yourself so I don't get in trouble. And you get that roller. I'm just going to clean up here nicely. And you're pretty much almost done with it. Now, if you need the broccoli to cook a little bit more, one thing that you can do before you make this recipe, you can steam the broccoli. And that may be an option. What else could you do? I mean, basically, that's it. Or you can have it nice and crispy and tender, as you see here. So this is like one of the different Asian recipes we can do. How else could you change this up a little bit? Like I said, you can use different veggies. I do a fruit stir fry. You ever tried a fruit stir fry? I throw cucumbers in here. I throw tomatoes in there. Ooh, one of my favorites. I put olives in here as well, and that gives it a different vibe or whatever, because I like something really exquisite and nice. And so I make this sometimes when my friends are coming over, and they're like, man, this chef stuff is, you just go into your head. You can't stop cooking these delicious recipes. Well, once in a while, it's always good to go ahead and make something really nice. So a lot of people enjoy that. So we have the tofu, which is booming with benefits. It's good for the prostate, good for the ladies as well. The tofu in there, actually, they show that people who use the tofu, it fights against breast cancer or nodules or different items of that nature. What is some of the drawbacks of the tofu? Well, tofu doesn't have vitamin B12. Well, that's obvious because only, in general, animal products have vitamin B12. Some people may develop allergies, and we talked about that a little bit. How do you develop an allergy? You just overuse it. You use it in the morning, you use it in the afternoon. Matter of fact, the other day, I saw a detergent that was based on soy. And so this soy thing is like getting out of control because we're using too much of it. But soy is actually a good thing. And a matter of fact, I want to tell you something. When I hear bad news about God's good products, I smile and I pull out my wallet. People say, what are you talking about? The other day, not too long ago, they were saying, oh, almonds are no good for you. And I'm like, what? Who said almonds are no good? Well, the way they process it, they radiate it and do all kind of stuff. I said, look, that's fine. I called my buddy. I said, you heard the news that's out? And he was like, what are you talking about? They say almonds are no good for you. I said, you ready? He said, yeah. I said, I'm ready. How much you got? You $50? I got $50. We bought over $100 in almonds. Now, people say, wait a second, but bad news were out on almonds. I believe the Lord in his wisdom allowed bad news to come out on good products. Let me explain. If they knew how powerful almonds or soy and all these other beans and nuts on these natural things, if people knew how good it was, the price would be what? Too high that not even a poor person could afford it. So the Lord in his wisdom, I believe, sometimes allows bad news to go out on good products, because what happens to the price? The price drops. So what happens to the price of almonds? It drops. So we bought a whole huge amount of almonds there. And so I want to encourage you, don't worry when you hear this news about good products that God has given us. And here's the final product in a nice little pretty way that you can take a quick look at it there. A lot of people truly enjoy this, and this is the Chicken. The Chicken, Tasty Chicken Stir Fry. Enjoy it.
Coconut, 2 tablespoons of maple syrup, 1 teaspoon of lemon zest, and a pinch of salt. Okay, remember to always soak your nuts because they have enzyme inhibitors on them. I must remember that. And then we put the cashews and the almonds, the lemon zest, not the juice. Maple syrup. My name is Avita Tizano, and today I have a treat for you guys. I am making lemon pie. Oh my, lemon pie. Can you believe it? And you said, a lemon pie? Is it raw? Of course it's raw. And we're going to begin with the crust. 1 cup cashews soaked, 1 cup almonds soaked, 1 cup shredded the coconut, and some salt. And then we're going to process it. And this is a fabulous no-bake crust that you can use basically with any recipe. And you could just take out the lemon zest, and you could use it with different other pie recipes. So we have our pie pan, and we're taking a little coconut oil and we're greasing the pie pan so we won't stick. And my hands are clean, so we're going to...
Have you ever wondered exactly how to prepare healthy food that actually tastes good? Well, stay tuned while Evita Tizano and yours truly, Nice Collins, show you just how to do it and give you something better, a taste of paradise.
Welcome to A Taste of Paradise. My